The modern-day consumer is one that looks to operators to surprise and delight them at every turn. In landing in the resurrected city of New Orleans, 8 years post-Katrina, the passion of the people and the shift in ideas is so massive that the culinary scene is taking on a new life of its own. A youthful and idea-driven set of entrepreneurs have arisen from the destruction and pain that the proud city of New Orleans once experienced. This youthful crowd are in fact part of the new visionaries of what fast casual will be in the coming years. District Donuts, Sliders, and Brew. It's the home to two such entrepreneurs. Aaron and Chris have begun an adventure that brings the idea of approachable food to the southern roots of what New Orleans truly is. A place of comfort, creativity, and compassion.
All right, welcome to another episode of Fast Casual Nation. Man, we are in the heart of Louisiana, in New Orleans, and we are at a place called District Donuts. You guys have had an amazing run here. This looks like a winner. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go into who you guys are. A little bit about each of you. Let's start with you guys.
Sure.
Just tell us who you are, what you do.
So yeah, we're both from the New Orleans area, and been in restaurants this entire life of ours, and grew up coming through everything and eating food in the city and eating what we love around here, and then eventually had the opportunity to kind of do our own thing, which is where we find ourselves now.
So where did the idea come from to put donuts, sliders, and beer on the menu?
Yeah, so the Brew is actually coffee. So we're BYOB.
Okay.
So that a big part of that was an environment we wanted to create, a bar setting that didn't necessarily serve alcohol, but we're wall to wall with one of the best craft beer places in the city. And so they can buy it there, bring it on over. But to the donuts and sliders, we wanted to do something that was unique in the city that people weren't doing. And in New Orleans, no one was really doing this kind of handcrafted, unique specialty, make them from scratch all day through the day in small batches. A lot of donut joints across the nation kind of make them and sell out, or make them through a machine. And we wanted to do something very special here in the city. And then sliders is what fits in your hand, like a donut, like a cup of coffee.
Right.
And we thought sliders were also that. No one's really headlining that in the city right now either. Kind of putting that, we do three things: donuts, sliders, brew.
Very
and we
focused,
just we found a niche, and particularly in this neighborhood, it's just been a blast.
So why fast casual? Because most of the people around you are full service restaurants. Because this is a pretty intended choice. You guys, because of the look and feel you've got here, could have easily went with servers to the table. What was the concept behind that?
Well, fast casual for us is very hands-on, in-your-face kind of mentality. We had this idea of no walls in our building. You go through here, everything's wide open, kitchen to bakery to dining experience to our dishwasher.
Okay.
And we wanted this really personal relationship with everyone coming in. So what better for us from an assembler standpoint or an expediter standpoint to be touching every guest and to have our hands in operations, to be able to speak to every guest, to touch every guest coming through. We just wanted that connection piece. Oftentimes full service can be disconnected other than that one experience between the server and the guest themselves.
Where would you expand this brand? District Donuts to what?
Yeah, we have a new concept that coming up down the road. And so District Hand Pie and Coffee Bar.
All right.
So again, kind of hand-friendly type approach with the food is what we're going for. Again, also very approachable, something that is very simple, yet you can elevate and do something unique and fresh with it. And then just bringing our coffee service and extending it. Right now we do 6 tap handles with a variety of beverages, none of which are alcohol, in a beer keg system, and we're gonna hopefully bring about 10 down there, 10 tap handles, and so just kind of elevate that whole beverage scene a little bit.
Talking about food, we got to try some of this stuff out here at District and see a little bit more deeper into the donut business. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so here we are with some of District Donuts' best. Man, this is pretty amazing. Let's just start off. What are we looking at?
So we're gonna start with the donuts. So right here we've got our Vietnamese iced coffee donut. This has become clearly the fan favorite. You know, it's in our larger rotation, but when it comes up, this is something that people are very adamant about getting their hands on.
Yeah.
It was an original concept for us that we came out the gate with, and we said we all loved Vietnamese iced coffee. It's pretty popular here in New Orleans. Said, hey, let's turn that into a donut, conceptually figure out what that looks like in a donut. So what we've done is we've taken our yeast donut, we fill it with a condensed milk pastry cream. They were actually stud with some bubba pearls, or some tapioca pearls inside of it. So kind of that bubba tea flavor.
Right.
So that's in there as a little surprise. And we come back with a coffee glaze and then a chicory sugar across the middle.
Oh, okay.
So you get that coffee, chicory, condensed milk profile that you're gonna get with a Vietnamese iced coffee.
Yeah.
This actually is really special to us, especially this time of year. We have a partnership that we buy a few things from out of New Orleans. It's a farmer's co-op called Veggie. And they do a lot of really cool things. We buy our tofu from them as well, but Roselle is a flower that comes in a season right about now, and it's similar to a hibiscus. It's a beautiful color, so we buy these Roselle buds through them. And we'll take them and we'll steep them with a little bit of clove, star anise, and we'll create basically this really deep ruby tea.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We'll take that, we'll make a glaze out of it. We'll finish it with an edible version of the flower and a little bit of a candied orange to bring out the citrus accents that come with the Roselle.
Would this be considered one of your fancy donuts?
That is a fancy donut.
So you guys have there's 3 tiers of the way you kind of have the standard donuts, the fancy, and then what is it? The
Extra fancy.
Extra fancy.
Yeah, we keep it simple.
I like that.
We ran out of creativity there.
Extra fancy.
These are a good example of our sliders. So our cheeseburger slider we have every day. This is one of our staples. We do a special bun for it. It's fresh ground, hand patted, all that good stuff. American cheese, Campari tomato, some house-made bread and butter pickles. We make a slider sauce, and the bun is actually a dehydrated onion and poppy seed bun. So adds that onion flavor that people are familiar with in a traditional slider. So we get that out of the bun. And then our pork belly would be a great example of what we do for a featured slider for the day. So every day we're running 3, 4, 5 featured sliders, which are just, hey, what's creative for us? What do we love right now? What's at the market?
People are, wanting to try something different, wanting to be creative, wanting to be fresh, and people's palates are just range everywhere. So in fast casual, I think there's always going to be room to grow or to scale back, and so we're kind of going with what our palate says is great for us right now.
Yeah.
We have kids, and part of our when my wife comes in, they can eat a pork belly or a cheeseburger, and it's still good for the kids. And then there's a college kid down the street who grew up eating McDonald's, but this is an elevated version of a burger. So it's just, I think fast casual has a unique ability to kind of draw from many generations.
Yep.
People want to come in from a lot of different categories of life and sit and eat something that could be a little bit unique, but as you said, still very approachable.
Well, I think you guys are hitting on all the markers of a great fast casual concept, and with the kind of product that you guys have, I think you might become somewhat legendary, especially with these donuts. This is, because there's a couple of legendary donut shops in the country. You have Voodoo out in Portland. You got Sidecar over in LA. I mean, there's some guys that are really getting creative. I think you guys can. We need a donut contest now. I think that would be fun, right?
You could pull that together for us.
We could. There you go. That's a show idea, right? Guys, it's been great stopping in here at District. Thanks so much for the time today.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part.